Hi friends, I'm excited to be sitting in front of the camera again. I am really excited, especially for this particular video. This is a requested video. I made a particular video about narcissistic relationship over here, and in that video it was requested that I give signs of a narcissist. How does someone know that his partner, her partner is a narcissist? And I am really excited that I am finally able to attend to that request in this particular video. So yeah, let us get started on this particular signs of a narcissist. But then before we get started, I would like to remind you that relationships evolve into marriage, and marriage into a home, family, and family into a society. And yeah, it is in the society that I got to meet you and you got to meet me. So really, this is a very important topic that I would like each and every one of us to take serious, and I want you to take the points down to know and evaluate your relationship. And yeah, you can also help a friend by sharing this video to as many people as you know that are in a relationship, so that they get to know if their partner is a narcissist. And yeah, narcissists are not only your love partners, your family members, mom, dad, colleagues at work. Anybody can be a narcissist to you, and it is really very unhealthy to be with someone who have a narcissistic disorder. It is a disorder. It is an illness that needs to be treated. Yeah, so I would like you to really take keen interest in the 7 signs. Guys, before we really roll into the 7 signs I will be giving to us, I want you to know that there is a huge difference between someone who is self-confident and who knows his self-worth, her self-worth, and is really aware of her personal existence. There is a difference between that person and a narcissist. Yeah, because narcissists actually also exude confidence. You look at them and you're like, oh, this person is really confident. This person exudes confidence, and I know he's bold, she's bold, and all of that. Those good charisma. There is a huge difference. Pay keen attention to those threats. Sign is that they are charming at first. When you get to meet a narcissist at first, they are really very charming. At that point you fall in love. At that point you think she have everything you really want in your partner. They really get you at that first instant. So yeah, they are really very charming at first, but be very careful. The second point I'll be rolling out is owning a conversation. They love owning a conversation and talking about themselves. So when you get to see them, every conversation is about them. They love being talked about, they love being praised, they love being hailed, they love being adored, they love being worshipped. They want everybody to talk about them. They just love everybody admiring them. So every conversation they can talk for 10 straight hours about themselves. They did this, they did that, their achievements, that is the way they turn to gain their confidence, they turn to gain their reputation, they turn to gain their self-esteem. I'll be talking about that in the next sign. So this particular sign is they like talking about themselves in every conversation, therefore not even giving you a chance to talk about yourself. Now there is 2 warning signs here. First, they own the whole conversation and talk about themselves all the time. Secondly, they barely give you the opportunity to talk about yourself. They don't even want you to. The moment you start talking about yourself and your achievements and all, they get bored because they see it as you're trying to steal the show. They see it as you're trying to be to show your ego and your achievement and all. But when it comes to them, they don't see it that way. And when you start talking about your achievement, they see it as you trying to compare yourself with them, and you might outsmart them, and they don't want that. So all the time the conversation is about them. I want you to test your partner by trying to start up a conversation about yourself. start up a conversation about yourself and see if he get bored, and see if I'm sorry if I'm always using he, yeah, she, he, anybody can be a narcissist. So and see if your partner is going to get interested in that particular conversation about yourself, if they're going to get bored, and if they're going to be more interested, if they're going to ask you more follow-up questions to know more about what you want to do, more about your achievement, more about you and all. Yeah, so try to test run them. Okay, the third sign of a narcissist I'll be talking about is the feed of your compliments. Breaking news, actually narcissists lack self-esteem. That is what they don't want you to know. That is what they don't even want to believe it themselves. They always exude this personal confidence. They always want to be adored by everybody. They always want to be praised, so they feed off your compliments. That's why they always look at you and expect you to admire them. They expect you to notice everything about them, and they expect you to compliment and adore them all the time. They don't have that self-esteem. They lost everything. And so when you compliment them, you build their ego. When you compliment them, you like re-energizing them. That's like their fuel house. So when you don't compliment them anymore, when you stop complimenting them, when you stop feeding their ego, they turn to attack you. Yeah, they turn to attack you. They turn to tell you you don't notice anything about them. They begin to lash you and make you feel uncomfortable for not complimenting them. And guess what? They don't even compliment you. Yeah, they don't. So let's move on to the next point, and I want you to always take note of all these points I'm giving out and try to test run all of them to see if you're really with a narcissistic partner. Fourth point, or fourth sign of a narcissist: the lack empathy. Guys, yes, in as much as they may not want to admit it, narcissists lack empathy. They do not have that ability for human emotions, for feeling what you feel, for being there for you. Basically, most of these narcissistic relationships that end up breaking up is actually because their partners don't have empathy. Yeah, even if it might seem so romantic, it might feel so great, but then they really don't even care. You might sustain an injury and they blame you for that. Like, you might just probably hit your leg against a stone, or you leave the house and you get back home and you're bleeding and they blame you for that. They're like, okay, I told you not to go out, and they don't even try to make you feel better. They don't. And everything becomes your fault. They don't take blame for anything. They're always right. Like, they're always perfect. They don't take blame for anything, and they're not empathetical. That's narcissist for you. Okay, let's move on to the next sign of a narcissist. Sign number 5, right? Yeah, they don't have any long-term friends. So if you really get to check it so well, it's either they have the normal casual acquaintances, or just a normal buddy. They probably always tongue lash, and nobody feels cool around the narcissist. Nobody feels cool around the narcissist, and that makes people not to want to be around them. Basically, the first point I gave was they are always very charming at the beginning. Most of them are really very perfect pretenders. They pretend a lot. Just in the case of the memoir, the book we read in this video. Okay, here's the link to the video. In her case, the book I reviewed, in her case, she never knew that the Francois guy was a narcissist at all, because he pretended, he hid everything about it, and she couldn't even tell. So most of the times, they always They always show themselves as, I'm always busy with work. Actually, they don't have friends. That's the truth. And that's the reason why whenever you want to hang out with your friends, they begin to blame you. Oh, you don't spend time with me. Oh, you're always going out with friends. Oh, you're not always in the house. Like, they begin to blame you. And you turn to feel bad about yourself. You turn to feel bad about yourself, and that's just it. They don't have friends, and they don't want you to have friends. They want you to feel bad about yourself always, and they will rip you off your friends, and they will talk bad and shit about them. Narcissists are bad. Anyways, it's just a disorder that can be fixed. The sixth sign, they pick on you constantly. They pick on you constantly. Yeah, if you actually watch the video, the one I linked here, you would get to see that the one I linked in I think tip 5, I linked a video in tip 5. You would get to see that in that video I was talking about okay, you can also get to check my channel for this particular video. You would see that the victims were always complaining about their partners, always blaming them for everything. He blames them for everything. Everything that goes wrong in the house is your fault. Everything. He have a bad day, her fault. He's not able to eat, her fault. He eats and goes to the toilet to poop, her fault. He drinks water and feels so heavy, her fault. He's not able to sleep at night, her fault. He wakes too early, her fault. He went out and didn't receive any compliment for his dressing, her fault. Everything is her fault. And imagine living with such a person that makes you feel so bad and so horrible at every time. Like, can you really survive it? And that is why most narcissistic relationships, most narcissistic marriages break up. It doesn't last. Please check the person you're dating, know whom you're dating before you get into marriage. Before you get into marriage with this person, that would never make you feel happy for the rest of your life. Tip 7. They are never wrong. They always think they are right. They are never wrong. So whatever they do is right. Whatever they do, tell them they are right. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. Yeah, that's the kind of person. Like, they are always right. They don't get wrong for doing anything. They abuse you. They are right. They beat you up in the house. They are right. They don't pay the bills in the house. They are right. They have points every time to back up whatever they've done. Good, bad, evil, worse, whatever they've done. They have points every time to back it up. So anything they do is right. They are never wrong. That is the kind of person a narcissist is. They don't say sorry. It's very hard for them to say sorry. Like, it's very hard for them to say sorry because they are always right. So this is the tip 7, and I'm gonna stop here. But if I'm gonna extend it to give one more tip as a bonus, I would say narcissists are always very scared to lose their partners, and then they tend to get back to being romantic again, because that's a trap to always keep you back in the relationship. So when you tell them you're going, when you tell them you're leaving them, they turn to, oh, I'm sorry, it's not gonna happen again, oh my god. They get romantic again and try to trap you back into the relationship, into the marriage, and very soon they get back to their normal self and start treating you like a trash again. And when you're about to leave, oh, I'm sorry, come back. And that's just it. It's a trap. Okay, please do not, if you're not married and you're dating, do not say yes I do to a narcissist, because definitely that marriage, if it's not treated, will be the first one. It can be treated, like I said, it's a disorder, and you just need to go see a therapy. Okay, so yeah guys, this is the end of the video. Have you subscribed to my channel? Oh my gosh, I didn't remind y'all in the middle of this video. But yeah, have you subscribed to my channel? Please click on the subscription button and notification bell. I'd love to see you around, like, every time. I want to make more friends, so yeah, you can also get to support me by clicking on the subscribe button and the notification bell to get notified each time I upload a video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Do not forget, Marita loves you all. Bye.